Yes, indeed, folks. You should really donate to Team Murloc. What can I say? And you can indeed represent your favourite team in the IRC channel. It's very easy. All you need to do to represent which team that you particularly wish to support, you type /Nick, yeah, and then open up your square brackets. It's next to the enter key for those who haven't used them before, and type either TM before your name or NC before your name. That's No Cake or Team Murloc. TM or NC. Change your name in IRC to show us your support. It'll be interesting to see how many we get. Incidentally, TR is not really a team. We don't really believe that that's a team. You just made that up. What can I say? Right, it's time to get on. I would like, if I may, to simulate, particularly, the sounds of the EU forums this week. Probably got a better one than that. Do I? It'll do. Yeah, you're all a bunch of crybabies. Every last one of you. Even the good ones. All crybabies. I've had it. I've absolutely, totally had it. I'm not going to make any discrimination anymore. I'm not going to have any distinction between you guys. You're all a bunch of crybabies, every last one of you. Now, I suppose you'd like to know why. Well, this week, there was announced a number of sweeping changes to the mounts. Yeah? All of the mounts. And these changes you can see in the IRC channel. If you head over there, irc.mmorc.com, #WoWRadio, or click the chat button at the top of the screen on wcradio.com. And they go something along these lines. Right, your 4 mounting skills. Yeah, your apprentice riding, your journeyman riding, your expert riding, and your artisan riding. There have been changes made. For instance, apprentice riding now costs 4 gold to learn, as opposed to whatever the hell it was before, which was like 80 or something like that. And the cost of a level, whatever it is, ground mount, the basic level skill 75 ground mount, which is your 60% moving ground mount, is 1 gold. Not only that, but the requirement for riding it in the terms of what level you have to be has been reduced to 20. It was previously 30, and before that it was also 40. Also, going on, the epic mount skill now requires level 40 instead of level 60, costs 50 gold to learn the skill and 10 gold per mount. And all of these guys are going to be reminded by mails sent to them at whatever level. Expert riding. Now this is the interesting one for me at any rate. Expert riding is of course the basic flying skill. You'll remember of course that the flying skill of a basic flying mount at the moment is 60%, which is really freaking slow. However, they're changing it. 150% is going to be the speed of the new standard flying mount. It's going to cost 600 gold, and faction discounts will also apply for that, and the mount cost will be 50 gold per mount. It also only now requires level 60, as opposed to level 70. So yes, you can indeed use a flying mount the entire way through leveling through Outlands. And last but not of course least, Artisan Riding, which is the epic flying mount skill. Speed is the same, now requires level 70, which was of course the same as it did before. And the only real change here, well, there's a couple of changes. The mount now costs 100 gold as opposed to, I think it was the 1,000 it cost before. And also the cost is now affected by faction discounts. Yep, so instead of 5,000 gold, I think you can get it down to something like 4,100 or whatever. So it gained the least out of all of these. Also, the movement speed training, as in stuff that you can get for your class. Druids, Hunters, Shamans, Paladins, Warlocks. All of those have some kind of ability related to movement speed. And of course, in the case of Paladins and Warlocks, it's just when you get the spells for your Warhorse, your Charger, your Felsteed, and your Dreadsteed, which have now been reduced to levels 20 and 40 respectively. Makes sense. The Druid Travel form now only requires level 16. The Flight form is 150% speed and is learned at level 60, and the Swift Flight form is the same and learned at level 70. Aspect of the Cheetah for the Hunter now also requires level 16, and Ghost Wolf for Shaman requires level 16. That's a lot of sweeping changes. So what happened when we introduced loads of sweeping changes into the game? Well, it went something like this. It was actually a lot worse than that. I mean, that was a very mild version of what it really was, but I wouldn't want to subject you to a true interpretation of what actually happened on the EU forums. I don't know what happened on the US ones, but I know the EU one was freaking terrible. In every respect. The crying. Let me just find you an example of the crying, yeah? Let me see if I can find it. There was a thread that consisted of nothing more than a massive amount of crying on the EU forums. I don't know, maybe this has actually got removed now. Let me have a look. Ah, yes, of course. It was posted by the genius that is Raicha from the Guild Frenzy on Sunstrider EU. Is a Blood Elf priest. Oh, it's a Blood Elf. What a shocker. And it's called I Want My Cash Back for My Epic Ground Mount. Saying, I have 4 characters with Epic Ground Mount skill. So basically, the cost went from 600 gold to 60 gold, and that means that I want my 2,160 gold back. And I know there was also a very similar bunch of threads on the US forums. Well, let me just put it this way. The US forums are a lot more concentrated stupid than the EU forums. The stupid is more spread out on the EU forums because there's less of us. And the US players are basically the most bunch of entitled, whining casuals you've ever seen. You know, I understand that when you get your ass kicked at raiding over and over and over again, there might be a situation where you get a little bit emotional, a little bit upset, a little bit rowdy, as it were. And I also understand that the consumer culture in the US means that the customer is always right, regardless of how mind-numbingly retarded they happen to be. But in this case, you are all stupid. And this goes for all of the people who complained on the US and on the EU. You are all universally dumb. Every last one of you. That includes my listeners who complained about it. And let me tell you why you are stupid. Here are the arguments against the mount changes in 3.2. I've been reading the forums for the past week or so, looking for the arguments. And the arguments consist of 2 basic things. The first argument is they are nerfing the game even more OMG. The second argument is I paid more for my mount then than these guys are going to now, thereby it is unfair. Both of those arguments are stupid. Let me explain why. Let's go on to the, they're nerfing the game again idea. Getting a mount is not a feat of skill, nor is it indeed a feat of strength, a feat of agility, a feat of intelligence, or any of those other feats. It is featless. Indeed, footloose, perhaps. There'll be no dancing here. Getting money is not hard. Getting money is just time-consuming. You know what time-consuming means when leveling up? Yeah. Let me think about that for just a moment. It's a waste of time! Nobody wants to do it, if they've got any bloody sense at any rate. Why would they want to? I don't. Why do you think I never level alts? Well, that's one of the reasons. There's a wide variety, but one of them is, oh god, I don't want to get money for my mount, whatever. And of course, me being a level 80, I could, stump up for my mount, if I wanted to. But then, am I going to stump up for my epic mount? Then my flying mount? Then my epic flying mount? Do I want to stump up for all of that? That's a lot of money, even to me. And I got quite a bit. I won't want to do that. Or what if I've rolled on another server where I don't have that kind of support? And I've got to make all my money from scratch. Now, that's not an achievement. Pulling yourself up by your bootstraps is not something that WoW requires you to do. And it never has. In my opinion, the sole driving force behind how good you are in game should be your skill. Yeah? Not the amount of time you've got to waste grinding Scarlet Monastery or whatever. Now, if any of you have been to any of the larger areas in WoW, you will understand exactly why having a mount is pretty much essential. Now, to me, I would have preferred it if they'd got it even less. Get it down to level 10 so that you don't have to do the Barons without a mount, for God's sake. But there are plenty of areas, plenty of really unpleasant areas in the game that would benefit a lot from having a mount. Stone Talon is one of them. The place is bloody enormous. What about Ashara? Well, Ashara's no good, but Ashen Vale. Ashen Vale, bloody huge! You gotta do that without a mount. Do you know how much of a nightmare that is? What about Stranglethorn Vale? That was like level 30 or whatever. And by that point, you probably didn't have the money. I was like, yes, you can get it at level 30, but if you're rolling a new character, you're not gonna have the money for that. No chance. What about Desolus? Stuff like that. All of these, yes, you could get a mount after the level 30 nerf, if you want to call it that. I call it a sensible change. You want to call it a nerf, you call it a nerf. So that's fine to me. I'm okay. I'm alright with that. And the other complaint, of course, was, oh, we paid more for it then, and it's not fair. Well, you know what? Cry. Cry more about that. Because Lord knows your overly sentimental, emotional bollocks is more important than making the game better. Let's just stop the development right now because we hurt your feelings. Ugh. Crybabies. Now, let me talk about the positive aspects of this. And this is every one of these reasons trumps your reasons. Every one of them. You want to know why? I explained this to somebody on the forums. This is why. My reasons trump your reasons because my reasons actually demonstrate that this change adds something positive and good to the game. And it makes the game more fun to play. That trumps everything you've got. Everything. It trumps your pseudo-principles. Oh, they're nerfing the game. Oh, no. They're making the game easier. This is the slippery slope argument. This is the downfall of civilization. Oh, I saw that coming. Yes. It trumps that. And it also trumps the, I paid all this for my mouth and these guys got it cheaper, not there. It trumps that too. Because both of those reasons are stupid. As are the people extolling them as good reasons. And I'm sorry. You might think that your opinion is so precious. It's enshrined in a box made out of titanium and diamond. So tough, so invincible. Radiation shielded. Can't get to it. It's the sacred cow that may not be harmed. Well, guess what? No, it isn't. It's not at all. You have the right to say whatever the heck you like. But that doesn't mean that I've got to agree with it, because I think your opinion is stupid. Reasons why this is good. 1. Those leveling alts will be able to get their mounts sooner. This is a good thing. 2. Those leveling alts will be able to fly in the entirety of the Outlands. That is a good thing. 3. Those getting their alts through Outland content will be able to fly at a speed of 150% instead of 60%, i.e. snail's pace. That is a good thing. 4. Those leveling from the start who have no money and no support will be able to get a mount sooner, meaning they get through the content faster, which you yourselves, these are the same people that complain that leveling is dull. These are the same people that complain the content needed updating. The same people, exactly the same people that whined about this. Well, you know what? This makes leveling quicker, and it makes leveling more enjoyable. For new players, that's a good thing. It makes it cheaper. They get it quicker. That's a good thing. All of these things are good things. And you know what? There's another good aspect about this as well, which I will call Reason X. And Reason X is it stops people from wasting their time, money, buying gold. You have little excuse when they nerf the cost. Way little excuse. And that's a good thing. Reducing the amount of people that buy gold, that is a good thing. And it's not because it ruins the economy, because technically speaking it doesn't. Because those are gold sinks. That money never sees the economy. But what it does do is, of course, cut off support to people that hack other people's accounts. And we know it happens. These gold selling companies, that's how they get most of their income. They don't farm anymore, they just steal it from other players. So, less support for that, that's a good thing. This is a universally awesome change. And I'm sorry, but if you're overly sentimental and your feelings are effectively like walking on eggshells, then that is your own problem, and you're just going to have to deal with it. It's good for everybody. It benefits everybody, and your reasons are stupid. I'm sorry to keep repeating myself, but they are. They're really silly. They don't make any sense. If you're going to stand on principle on something that matters. Why do you think the player base is so ineffectual? They get riled up over things that don't matter. They ignore things that actually do matter, and when they do try and unite around a common cause, they fall over themselves, trying to fight with each other. Therein lies the problem. You guys have no sense of priorities, and I'm hoping that most of the listeners to my show know better, and they haven't been involved in this debacle, but I know for a fact that a few of them have, because I've seen it on the forums, and I've seen it in my email box. Well, you know what? You listen to my show, you like my opinion, you obviously respect what I have to say. Well, listen up. Please, for the love of God, get angry about something that matters instead of something that actually benefits the game. Because woe betide, there comes a day when hell freezes over and Blizzard actually listens to your tomfoolery. My name is Total Biscuit, and you are listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio. I will be right back after this one, folks. The name of this track is Patch Tuesday. You can vote for it at wcradio.com/voting in the WoW Idol contest. It's by Bill Shaw, and I'll be right back after this. Enjoy.
Wake up in the morning, wipe the sleep from my eyes, stretching and yawning, I need to be energized. So I walk into the office, I know just how I'm gonna wake up with a cup of wow. I push the power button and soon I'll be on my way. Just about to log in, but to my dismay, that's Tuesday, no, oh man, it's happening again. That's Tuesday, no, can't play till 11 a.m. That's Tuesday, no, what's this junkie gonna do? That's Tuesday, no, oh, it's my blues day. Please, I know you're working hard, you're working smart, but man, these Patch Tuesdays tearing me apart. Now you may already know this, but I'll tell you here today. Oh, you made Tuesdays a new Monday. Please don't be upset over the message that I speak. I just don't understand why you can't work while I sleep. Patch Tuesday, no, oh man, it's happening again. Patch Tuesday, no, can't play till 11 a.m. Patch Tuesday, no, what's a junkie gonna do? Patch Tuesday, no, oh, it's my blues day. Now the moral to this story may not be as it seems. No, I'm not saying Tuesdays are always bad for me. So don't you go giving up, don't be giving in. And most of all, don't lose heart, 'cause next Tuesday, next Tuesday, there may only be a 15-minute rolling restart.